For the next step, which is the massage part, very simple. I do like to stand for this, but you can do it sitting. I like to stand because I really like using my palms. So I warm up my palms, and I might do some breast massage and do a few of these. And this is the way you would do it, is up the center, around and down. This is the way it basically is the earth chi, right, coming up the center and then coming around the breasts. And I just like to do this maybe 9 times, just kind of a little hello, like, okay, warming up, hello, my heart. And I also imagine my heart blossoming and blossoming and blossoming. So a few times, and then I go, and I come down to my ovaries. And I might do that once, maybe I'll do that again. And I allow the love to come down. And so it's kind of coming back to the inner smile. And I just smile down. Okay, so now my palms are on my ovaries. And in order to find your ovaries, you find your belly button, you put your thumbs in there, you put your index finger down, right, not on, but above your pubic bone. And let your fingers drop. You can have them nice and close, and then just let them be like natural close, like not spreading them apart, but not squeezing them together, just natural. And right where your pinkies lie should be your ovaries. So you can keep your hands right there, and you can just let the pinkies massage your ovaries. That feels nice too. It's a nice little gentle, cute pinky massage. Or you can take your palms and massage. This is better standing because your legs are straight, right? So either way works. There's no right or wrong. Like I said, I like doing both. I mostly like doing this one just because it feels very like, but you might prefer this one, right? So you can try them both. And so as we're doing this ovarian massage, this is where I start to activate the yoni. Okay, so we can try both. So we can try the pinky massage. And activating the yoni, what does that mean? So hello, vagina muscle, and you start to pulsate. So as I'm massaging, keep massaging, breathing. You've already done the inner smile, right? So it's like a little gentle pulse, 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 pulse. And I'm just like, starting to warm it up, really warm it up. If it feels like too much, you're like, I can't massage my ovaries and pulse my vagina at the same time, that's just something you will learn, just like we learned how to walk and learn how to ride a bike and learn how to drive a car. It feels natural now to me, but I know in the beginning it might have been like, oh, okay, massaging, little circles. Okay, now I'm pulsing my vagina, right? So you just learning it.
Direction of the,
yes, thank you. Same as breast massage, earth chi. Opposite is cosmic chi. I love what you're doing. That's the motion I do for Jade Egg warm up. I'm like warming up my sacrum, and feel free to do that. So you can warm up your womb. I love that, and you can also do your spine at the same time as sacrum at the same time. And when I do that, then I always like to shift both directions. Yeah, thank you for bringing that in. That's a great one. And then I usually end with just a straight down, like womb down to vagina. I try to get as much touch as I can a few times. So there's my next step. Okay, so that's the massage part. Now we're gonna move straight into the breath work of it. And on that note, I love doing it in the morning because, right, for the day to have the ovarian chi flowing. And for nighttime before bed, I would suggest doing kidney breathing. We might have time to just talk about that in the end, we'll see. So we do the massage, now reverse breath. So Yoni breathing or ovarian breathing, because it's really using your whole yoni. So what I like to imagine, once I do this ovarian massage, and while I'm massaging and while I'm preparing, I'm imagining my ovaries. So I'm like, okay, my left ovary, hey, right ovary. Like I'm literally coaching myself, like as if I'm teaching a class, you guys. Imagine you're saying things to people, but you're saying it to yourself so that you keep yourself on guidance, right? So here's your ovaries, and the image that comes to me is like an almond. So imagine kind of an almond-ish shape, size, and then put the color that you want in there. I like to imagine like a pinkish, goldish, sparkly, rainbowy, kind of like maybe some blue, because the blue is the water of the earth. So just like my ovaries, there they are. You're gonna put the color in there. You're gonna put your texture, sensation in there.
They're iridescent.
Iridescent, I love it. So like, just like, what is your, you want to imagine your ovaries like. So from here, the inhale is your ovaries sucking in chi, like just sucking in extra chi. It's coming from the earth, right? It's coming from the earth chi. So you're pumping. Your legs are the pumps, right? And so you're standing in this kind of a horse stance, but you can also be sitting. Remember, you can be sitting, and so it's like but your legs are like straws. I want to say, and you're going, and you inhale, and you imagine them go like this, suck it in, and then they exhale, and they relax, and they let the chi flow and expand, right? So that's the sensation I get. It's this in, and the yoni squeezes gently, and then exhale, and then in, and the squeeze, and the exhale, and you're trying to build energy. Like I like to imagine like a yo-yo that's spring. So you're not losing the energy there, or you're not losing the energy there. It's coming like this. Like you're trying to fan a fire. Right? So you're going in and out. And my pace is about like this. And my little hands, my little palm chakras are right at the aura of the ovaries, and I'm doing this. I'm like clenching my palm point like this, just to imagine that they're squeezing. That helps me. So yeah, the way I was taught with this breath is you do 9 times like we're doing. So 9 times. And so you go 9 times like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 10th one you hold a little longer. Hold 10, and then relax on the exhale. Let it expand. So that would be 10, and then I do that 3 times. I do that. What we just did, 9, 9, 9. So I do it 3 times. Any questions about it's a way to, it's like, you guys know the breath of fire? That is about trying to get the core open and getting, right? So it's as if we're trying to do a mini breath of fire in the ovaries. That's really what this is about, is to try to really activate that fire which is in our ovaries. So it's like now, I still cycle with the moon, I still menstruate, and I do this particular breath from my moontime until my ovulation. Now, I change it from my ovulation to my moontime because I go into a yin phase, and then I don't necessarily do this breath. I do kidney breathing to ovary breathing. I go kidney to ovary. Kidney, from the earth to kidney to ovary. So, the art. Remember, it's an art. So for the sake of just like learning something that you can practice, I just wanted to bring in this basic ovarian breath, because that's the one that Minka, my teacher, always teaches, and it's like, this is the ovarian breathing. So, but remember that I was like, if you're not feeling that, can I just like breathe? Do whatever? Yes, because most important is your intention. Right? So again, the technique is just how to activate it maybe a little more specifically. So don't get lost in the technique is what I'm trying to say. Okay, after that, I compress. Now, do I compress all the time? Not in my yin phase, but yes, in my yang phase. From moontime to ovarian. So if you're wanting more oomph, then I would say you do the compression. You don't always have to do the compression. And the compression is literally just, so let's just say we just did our breathing. Remember the smile. Then I inhale more golden light. So remember that inner smile. Inhaling the golden light, you can do this with me. And golden light, softening it down. And imagine it's rolling down, and I actually kind of roll down my belly like, ooh. And then I squeeze the bottom. So I'm compressing from the top, golden light, and pressing up, like all my PC muscles and everything's clenching up. Not like clenching, but like squeezing up just enough that I'm feeling a compression. And then imagining these two energies coming down and compressing together. And I hold that smile in the ovaries. The smile is important. You don't want to be like holding the frown in the ovaries, right? So it's like, oh, golden light, golden chi, creative energy, oh, and I'm going to hold it there. And then this is where the woo, spiraling comes in. Just like you imagine spiraling around your eyeballs. Spiraling, spiraling, spiraling. I like using the spear finger. I spiral, spiral, spiral. And Minka says I think at least 20 times, but I spiral around 40 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, holding breath, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holding the perineum at the same time.
So what was the downward one?
It's just the inner smile, golden chi, and then letting it come down, almost like I'm not exhaling, I'm just inhaling actually. But you want to swallow that breath, so you're not doing this, right? No, it's not there. I'm swallowing it down to my ovaries. So try this with me. So where you inhale the golden light, you inhale the love of the universe, really, infinite love, and then don't exhale while you try to swallow it down. So you're not holding it in your chest, but you're holding it down, and then pull your PC muscles up. So you're holding it and condensing your ovaries. Imagine your ovaries are being just like, ooh, loved up so much, like when you squeeze someone with a really good hug. And then you spiral the energy. And then when you're done, exhale and imagine it whips into the orbit. And just breathe. And usually I catch my breath with more of these.
I feel like right in the spine. Really.
You're feeling it. So you're feeling energy maybe being stuck a bit.
Yeah.
Like remember
just that practice of the pulling and the compressing.
Uh-huh.
It's as though the ovaries are like they're moving the, I don't know if it's fascia or what it is, but around the spine you can kind of feel the...
Absolutely. I often get cracks in my back while I'm doing this. I'm like, crack, crack. I'm like, oh. It doesn't seem like I'm moving, but I am moving inside. And especially when you're using your imagination, you're like, you actually are moving, you know? So yeah, so ovarian compression. So you can do that one time, maybe that felt enough. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do some more Yoni breathing, catch my breath, or maybe do it again, right? Again, there's no right or wrong. I like to do things in 3s, 6, 9, 12s in those numbers.
What did you call that practice?
Compression, ovarian compression it's called. You can totally leave ovarian compression out. You're like, this is too much for me. But remember the whole thing I said at the beginning. Start small. Start with just the inner smile. Start with, next things. Okay. Now, the last big piece is the upward draw. Is drawing this energy up the spine. So once we've done we've done the massage, we've done the Yoni breathing, so we're really getting that fire ovarian chi active. Now we've done even the compression. Holy moly. You exhale, imagine the orbit is there, right? Now the upward draw is the difference between just the orbit and the upward draw. Well, the orbit is like this meditation of like, I'm just gonna like meditate on it. Now the upward draw is like, I'm really trying to draw that energy up. Like I'm now doing everything I can to really bring it up into my higher energy fields, my heart and my brain for enlightenment and psychic powers, right? So how can we upward draw? There's basically 3 ways that I utilize. But I don't want to confuse you all, but I'm just going to quickly show you. So the first way would be just like I do my work, my ovaries are nice and active, so I'm gonna bring the ovarian chi into my womb with my intention and my breath. So I'm pulling there. Then I exhale down to my perineum. This is how I do it. And then I bring in a little more chi from the earth. And now I'm going to go up my spine. So I'm going to do 1 breath. Or I can go 3 breaths. Or I can do, which is probably my favorite, sips. So I sip from perineum, sacrum, Mingmen, heart. So sacrum, Mingmen, heart. That's 3 sips on my torso. And then great hammer, jade pillow, crown, 3 sips on the Shen space. So I think 3 lower and 3 upper. So I do my da-da-da-da, and I'm going breathing. It's literally intention, feeling chi, feeling chi, feeling chi. Imagine it's just like feeling the chi. And again, a lot of it's practice and intention. The first few times I did, you can feel like, what am I doing?
It's like your microcosmic orbit, and then it just drops back down to the bottom again, or you're not, you're completely, because that's what it feels like.
Because active.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. It's exactly the same channel as the orbit. We're just drawing it with great intention, because we're now like trying to draw the ovarian chi, which is something you can do with your orgasmic energy, right? So when you're having sex and you're like, whoa, I'm close. That's what I do. And my partner does as well, because we both know this. So, okay, into my heart. So, but we don't just go to the brain. Usually we start with breathe sexual energy here, and then breathe it here, and then breathe it up. So you take your time to go. But when we're doing Ovarian breathing and you're not sexually active, super, you can go straight to the brain. Now, once you get to the brain, thank you, Janine, she's already getting ahead. Once you get to the brain, no, it's all good. Then you spiral at the crown, right? Just how we spiral energy down in the ovaries, now we're going to spiral at the crown. And what that's going to look like is, here's my little crown, I'm going to spiral. I imagine starting right in the center, the pituitary pineal gland. So if you could go right directly in your head, the center of my head, and then I spiral around that gland space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So imagine like a little funnel shape, and that's my spiral. Gets a bit bigger, and then gets a bit smaller. So I'm just working with energy, right? The energy moves out and in, activating it in the brain. I also sometimes use my spear finger, this right here, and I move it around right in front of me like this, so I remember the direction, because the spiral is horizontal, right? Horizontal. So everyone put your 2 fingers in front of your head and move it to your left, and then to your back, and to your right, front, left, back. So that's the first, you go 9 times. So go from the center 9 times outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can go a little higher. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right up and then down.
Yeah, you can. Now that's, again, do you have to? The main thing is just like spiraling around the brain. Get that energy moving inside.
But you reverse the spiral.
You reverse the spiral coming down, correct. I hold my breath this entire time. So I Yoni Breathe, I sip up, and I hold my breath as I spiral. You do not have to do that as you learn. Now it's going to be more potent when you do that. It will probably give the head rush feeling. But you do not have to. You can, okay, hold my breath. Okay, I'm going to exhale and keep spiraling. And then I'm going to inhale. And then I'm going to exhale down my tongue. So as soon as I finish the spiral, my awareness is like tongue, heart. So I go tongue, heart. I take a breath there. And imagine my heart opening. And then I exhale again into my belly. Breath. And that would be basically the completion. And now I can do an upward draw again, or 3 times. How much time do I have, right? And to complete the entire practice, you literally just sit at your navel and spiral from your navel. Most of you already know this, but it's the spiral that comes left, up, right, down. Left, up, right, down. That's the outward spiral. So do that one. So that one is counterclockwise. And then to go back in is clockwise.
Lefty, loosey, righty.
Yes. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty.
Just like a screw.
Just like a screw. Just like, you know, you're trying to loosen something up. You're trying to like gather, and then you condense it in. You know, energy is just like matter, just you can't maybe see it, but we can with our mind's eye. So that is the entire thing. Any questions before we move through the whole thing?
Just quickly, the 3 practices were called ovarian compression, upward flow and tension. What did you call the 3? You said it was
Upward draw. Upward draw.
Right, upward draw. Ovarian compression was before that. What was the first one?
Ovarian massage?
Okay.
Ovarian massage.
You said there were 3 parts to it, so I was just trying to know that it is.
Depends on how you break it down. You could say there's inner smile.
Right.
Then there's massage, which is you could do breast and ovarian massage or just ovarian massage. Then there's the ovarian breathing itself. Then there's ovarian compression. Then there's upward draw. And I guess you could say you can store it.
We're done.
Battery dead?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. So
One more time. Inner smile.
yes, inner smile,
Yeah.
massage,
Yeah.
ovarian massage. The ovarian breath, how long you want to breathe, up to you.
And what was
You
the
can-
cycle of the ovarian breath one more time?
It's 9 times faster, 1 time slow. Now this is again, it's like I was like, I'm going to teach it the way I was taught, but it is technical. And so you can just sit there and breathe the ovaries.
Always pairing
Right?
the lift of the yoni with it. Like the yoni.
That
is
will
like-
add
The
activation.
yoni
Yes.
breath is that.
The yoni's pulling. It's almost like, you know, pulling chi in, spreading it out. Pulling chi in. Yes. Pulling chi in, spreading it out. You know, if I'm really being like, try to show what we're doing. But if I'm doing it quite micro on my inside, right? Because I'm trying to focus more, so it's less external movement. This is really like, my little ovaries are like, bringing in the chi, expand it. Bringing in the chi.
Expanding throughout the body or just in the ovaries or just in the sacral area?
Just here, because we're not necessarily working with it yet.
So in the
And then you can do the compression, a little extra golden light, extra, squeeze it. Now the compression, you may have seen, starts to flow more into the orbit because it's like adding a little extra into that loop, right? So I just added more energy, so it has to move somewhere. So I let it move into the orbit. But then I still do my upward draw. So I'll still breathe, and then I'll go, do my sip down, my sip to womb, exhale to perineum, and then I sip to perineum one more time, little tiny sip, and then sacrum. And then, the last piece I didn't mention is you press your tongue up to the palate and look up. Like you're moving energy. Spirals. And then, now there's lots of energy to go in the heart. Yeah, it's like really just the inner energy body.
This is different from the microcosmic orbit. Same but different.
Yes.
Because that's really with the sacral pump that you're drawing that energy out.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And anal squeeze. So when you're doing your upward draw, it's important to, hello anus, a little squeeze of the anus to pull the energy up. Because again, so you're squeezing anything that you can to move things up, right? So squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yeah. Should we shake it off and run through it?